Legend has it that there was once a rebel who challenged the elder gods. He was an outcast. No one believed in his power, and the society never accepted him. The mortals saw him as a devil and loathed his existence, while the deities laughed at his struggle to survive. Even the Ling Koi refused to take him in, and the Shirai Ryu sent assassins after him. Though, that did not stop him. He went on defeating the strongest beings of all of the realms. Even with the power of Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Lord Raiden combined, is still no match for this legendary exile. His name was Room Temp.
Ooh, nice place you got here, huh?
Lay you mutt, yeah.
You know, I vibe with this place. It looks pretty peaceful, but we should definitely throw a party here, you know? Like have some DJs, maybe some dance floor, disco ball. That'll be much better.
How dare you come into the Eternal Garden without permission?
Oh, forgot I wasn't invited to the garden built upon disloyalty and dishonor.
You know nothing of us immortals. With that foul mouth, your destiny ends here.
Seems like the air is getting a little bit dense. It's time to put you back in your eternal slumber.
Gotta AFK. Speech wars. Kombat. Deal. Finish him. Here no swimming. Fatality.
Whew, that was a long fight, but you know, your boy won. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to show 10 of Gotta AFK. I'm your host, Kevin Wu, the speech god. On Gotta AFK, of course, we give you the latest esports news and our take on the current esports scene. So, on today's Gotta AFK, I'll be giving you an update on the Sinatraa allegations and drama that's involving her current girlfriend, a new look into Valorant's new map, Breeze, and a podcast discussion on the new 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. But first, we're gonna go into this week's ace.
Bro, your acting sucks.
Bro, dude, look at you. You're just a cameraman, bro.
Square up.
Liam Fong wins. Friendship ruined.
Yes, I've seen it. You sent it to me.
It's been over a month since the situation surrounding pro player Sinatraa and his ex-girlfriend Cleo Hernandez, and within this time period, more claims and evidence has been discovered. So here is the full update. Before I start, trigger warning for descriptive content regarding sexual assault and sexual misconduct. If you're someone who wants to avoid these type of stuff, please move on to the next timestamp. If you haven't caught up with what happened, please go back and watch episode 8 of Gotta AFK, but here's a quick recap. Pro Valorant player and ex-Overwatch pro J. Sinatraa Wong was accused of sexual assault and sexual misconduct on March 9th of this year. These allegations were made known by his ex-girlfriend, Cleo Hernandez, who posted a 9-page document on Twitter. The investigation started since then and is still ongoing. Later that day, Sinatraa sent out a twitlonger denying these allegations but will fully cooperate with the investigation. So more information has been released since then. Just a few weeks ago, on April 20th, Hernandez tweeted out another 4-page document titled More. In this document, she expands on her original allegations. More text messages had been included which further supported her claim. Other visual evidence could also be found in this document, including a screenshot of Sinatraa sending her money to buy Plan B pills because, quote, he refused to wear condoms. Hernandez also wrote the reason why she didn't immediately come forward. In short, she stated that Sinatra's current girlfriend, who goes by Emmy on Twitter, was making TikToks about her, claiming Hernandez was crazy. Hernandez didn't want to not only defend herself from Sinatraa and his supporters, but also Emmy and her fans as well. Later on that day, Emmy tweeted out her own document with the caption, "The situation at hand." In this document, she claims that Hernandez isn't displaying her true self to the world. Then Emmy goes on to say that Hernandez made TikToks about her, as well as subtweeting her on an alt account. From there, Emmy said that other friends also came forward with claims of Hernandez bullying the Overwatch scene. She ends off the document basically saying she is and will continue to be with Sinatraa and hopes the public to support him when he speaks about this publicly. On a separate note, Sinatraa seemed to have disappeared from social media and Twitch ever since this situation happened. However, some streamers, including his own teammate Shazam, found an alt account named West Virginia that Sinatraa was using to play.
Is West Virginia for them?
Reloading.
Oh, it is Jay.
He also confirmed in the chat bar that he will be coming back to streaming soon. That's all the information we have for now. Will we see him going back to Twitch and stream again? Will we see him playing with his team in Sentinels in the Valorant Challenger series again? All these questions could be answered in a future update, so if we receive more information and details, we'll definitely inform you guys on Gotta AFK too. Pew, 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 pew. Boo, yes sir. Well, hello, I think y'all missed me, right? It's your boy Bradley DeMarcus Deshawn III here with more new drip. Not only the watch now, but a new bomber jacket. Yo, I think I'm turning into like a real life phoenix right here. Anyways, so the reason I wasn't here on last week's show is because your boy is finally fully vaccinated. So I mean, obviously still wearing my mask, obviously still using hand sanitizer and all that, but a little bit more immune now. I'm in the cool kids club now, fully vaccinated. Yeah, whoa. All right, I'm getting off track here. Anyways, let's get down to business. Today I'll be giving you a review and a tour of Valorant's new map, Breeze actually. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. I'ma just be honest, I think I'm going to have a hard time playing on this map in competitive, though it is a really fun map. This one really reminds me of the CSGO map Cobblestone. Both the visuals and the openness of the map is really similar to its CSGO counterpart. Of course, there are many differences. One unique difference is the inclusion of trapdoors. It's a very fun addition to the map and could be used for some big brain plays if used correctly. It could also be used as an escape route to mid if you are getting shot in A-Hall.
certain abilities could actually be dropped through the trapdoor, such as Phoenix's hot hands and Raze's cluster nades. And while I was just trying some things out, playing around, I found out that you can actually trap players inside the vent area, inside the trapdoor area, if you use the sage wall at the bottom near mid. That way, the enemy can't get back up to A hall, and their only way to get out is to break the sage wall, which they will probably get shot and die by the time it breaks. Very fun strategy, I would say. Doors also have a new change on this map. Unlike the ones on Ascent, the doors on Breeze can be opened from both sides. Not only that, this time you can't actually shoot down these doors because they are, well, not made out of plastic and instead made out of metal. There's nothing too special about B site, but as for A, it is probably the most open site I've ever seen. The plant area surrounds two huge pyramids, which is just two huge objects that covers the middle of the A site, and you have to plant in the water area, which makes the same sound as split sewer, so unless you walk, the enemies can hear you clearly when you're planting on A. Another thing I love and hate about this map is the ocean view. Yes, it is beautiful and it captivates your eye and you just want to stare at it all day, but that just leads you to become AFK and you just won't play the game anymore, which sometimes I just look at the view when I'm in the buying phase and I just forgot that I have a game to play. So yeah, also peep the new sheriff skin, the lightweight. Ooh, this battle pass actually is kind of fire, more fire than the previous few, especially that katana-ish looking knife. Ooh, I dig it. That's why your boy purchased it.
Yeah, overall, great map. I think I'll rate it like a 7 out of 10. Solid 7 out of 10. I really like the visuals of this map, probably better than the other maps, especially, you know, that last map that came out? Yeah, starts with an I, yeah, no name, Icebox, yeah, I don't like that map. This new, basically like the opposite of Icebox is like a tropical landscape kind of map. I really dig it. Like, just basically, my favorite part about the map is the visuals, obviously. In terms of like gameplay, I think, in comp, I'll have somewhat a hard time because it's way too open. But you know, when I play Cobblestone and CSGO, it is also pretty open and I was okay on that map. So we'll see when it comes out on comp. Anyways, you know, if Kevin allows me, I should do more game reviews or map reviews or like game content reviews. Ooh, that would be cool content, good content for Gotta AFK. I'm gonna shoot him an email after. So this has been Bradley DeMarcus Deshawn III signing off.
So for today's podcast section, we are going to have a discussion on the new 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. And today I'm joined by Tharun. Say hi, Tharun.
Hey, what's up?
All right, so let's just get right into it. Tharun, what was your opinion on this adaptation of the movie?
It was as good as I expected it to be. You and I are really good like video gamers, right? And
Yeah.
when we see like video games being adapted to movies, which is my other favorite thing, you want it to be good, but if you look at all video game movies, they're pretty awful. And but I was sort of excited because there was a lot of details about this movie that was coming up that I found interesting, but I saw the movie, my expectations were pretty rock bottom, and so I didn't hate it, nor did I love it. I just thought it was pretty meh, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think in terms of like lore, there was like barely any. Besides, maybe the only thing they kind of included was the feud between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, but that was also not explained at all. That was also not explained, so I was like, oh, okay. Like for new fans, they're like, really confused. It's just two dudes fighting, right? But I think the only like I think really good thing about the movie
Yeah.
is like the fan service. They included a lot of gore in there, which was what the fans really wanted to see. So I think that's probably like the best part of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, even in terms of the gore, I thought they held back a little bit too much. Because there's like one good fatality scene, which I won't spoil, obviously, and all the other ones are pretty, standard. Like I've seen other movies, that and other animations that have like more gory stuff, and also, this is a problem I had with the action. Whenever there's not fatality, it's either shot with like multi cuts and like too many cuts, or like the punches and the like the kicks and stuff just felt, like it didn't feel visceral and gritty. Like I thought we should have gotten like X-rays like we do in the games, right? I wish they at least did that, like bone crunching, but they didn't do it for some reason. Yeah.
It just didn't. It felt more just like a generic action movie in a way, without like, which is kind of like the X-rays or like the bone crushing or like the really really bloody fatalities, right? So I think it's like, and going back on like generic stuff, the main characters, I know we discussed before the podcast started, main character Ko Young, very generic character. Just like there's like nothing interesting about him.
Yeah, he's like a by the numbers good guy. Like he is a failed dude he used to be great, but he's like failing now, and he has a family and he has to go save them. That's it. Like we've seen this like a million times.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. How the whole film felt so generic and by the numbers. So like them making complete new characters even exist in the game is like a risky choice. So I don't even understand why they made this risk when he just ended up being just as generic as the movie. Like he didn't stand out whatsoever. Like he was just a background character. Like there are scenes where he just doesn't say anything and you don't even think he's in the scene. It's crazy.
Exactly. I felt like, Kano, which isn't the main character, is like that had more of like a standout role than Ko Young. Also, you can spoil the movie. I'm going to put like a spoilers warning in the beginning of the podcast, so don't worry about spoiling anything. So going back to what I was saying, like Kano I feel like Kano had a bigger role than Ko Young.
Yeah, honestly, he had a better arc than Cole Young, which is funny, like a character development. Because like he starts off like a jerk, and then he becomes more of a jerk, and then he dies, which is more better than Cole just being pretty. He's super weak. Like he doesn't do anything worth even at the end of the film, when he gets his powers and his what is it called? Arcana? Is that what it's called? Like that chi thing that they're trying to... Yeah. Is that even in the games?
No. I don't think so. I've never seen... I think it's something...
It's not, right?
Yeah, I think it's something they just put in the film for, I guess, the newer fans, or to just diverge from the actual game lore. But I've never heard of anything... I've played Mortal Kombat for a long time, and I've never heard of anything called Arcana. So I think it's just something they want to portray as the chi type of thing.
And so basically you're supposed to discover what your powers is, and like Jax, his power is randomly growing back like robotic arms. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. It's like what if his arms weren't broken by then? What would his power be? Like also robotic arms around his arms? Like what? That just doesn't make any sense, It's like the Arcana, it's a plot hole. It's a big plot hole about this Arcana thing. It's like, okay, like so your power might be different if some changes are made on your physical body. Like what? It's kind of dumb.
Okay, so I feel like we're talking a lot of negatives. Yeah, it is not a great movie, but To pick out the positives part, it's watchable. Like you can watch it and like be entertained. Like, but you know, that's not what we wanted from a Mortal Kombat movie. We wanted like this epic battle. Even if the story, if you look at the games, from what I've heard, the stories are crazy. They're like you know, over the top and stuff, but it's the characters that make it so much more fun, and the action. You could have at least done that, and there was only one entertaining character. And actually Scorpion Sub-Zero was also great too, but what I was talking about is Kano. And then the action is fine. It's like okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But what I was saying was the positives part. Another positive is the casting, for the most part, is amazing. I love how they chose like these lesser known actors to play these big characters and stuff. Like I've never seen the actress who played Sonya Blade before. The guy who played Jax was in Supergirl, so the fact that he's getting a bigger role now is cool because he's good. But yeah,
I think in terms of casting, like yes, I think, to be honest, I've seen Cole Young's what's it called, the actor for Cole Young, a couple of times in some smaller films. He's actually not like that bad. It's just I feel like the
me too.
Yeah, here we go to like here we go going on to like the negatives again. My bad, but like the what's it called? The screenplay for this feels really iffy. Let's be honest. It's just it doesn't feel that like well written. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of what made these characters generic or didn't feel as important and impactful. You know what I mean?
When I first saw the trailer, I remember when they started putting out pictures and stills of the movie, I was like, this looks like a fan film. It looks like some guy shot it in his backyard or something. Like, and I was telling my friends, and they're like, no, it's gonna be good, okay? And then I saw the movie, and it just looks even more cheaper. I don't think that's an issue with the filmmakers or anything. It's just the budget in the end, which is unfortunate. They need to. Okay, look, all these video games movies are awful because of writing. So just please hire good writers.
True.
Please hire the people that actually write the games. I don't understand why it's so hard for them. You're buying the license from them. Why not just grab a writer and be like, hey, how about you write it too, so you get good publicity for your game.
Exactly. And it's like I feel like if they talk to the NetherRealm developers, in terms like, you know, Cole Young isn't someone in the game, it's just someone exclusive to the film. Maybe if you talk to the writers or the developers, they could be like, oh, they can come up with like a super cool ability and like a cool personality for Cole Young, instead of just like this generic bland, like you've seen in a million films type of dude protagonist that's in like this Mortal Kombat film.
I think we pretty much covered everything.
That pretty much covers everything. Thank you so much, Tharun, for the great discussion. It was literally, I feel like the filmmakers of this movie should watch this podcast and see what we talked about. And I was like, number one thing, hire better writers. Just hire some, like Tharun said, hire someone from NetherRealms who wrote the lores for all of the 11 Mortal Kombat games. Like literally, the games have such good lore. You can take someone who writes these and write like the screenplay for your movie. So literally, it's like that'll be like one big step up, and obviously up the budget, up the budget, so you have better effects and all that too. Yeah. So that
make Cole interesting if you're gonna keep him.
Yeah, definitely. It's not even Cole. It's just like make your characters more interesting, and like explain thoroughly about your like the plot holes that you leave out, like the feud between Cabal and Kano and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up the entire podcast. Thank you again, Tharun, and I'm gonna send it back to, the outro. Thank you, Tharun, for hopping on the podcast. Great discussion about the cinematography and the comparison with the game and the movie and all that. Thank you so much for hopping on again, Tharun. And that wraps up the 10th show of Gotta AFK. Show number 10. Wow, it's incredible. We've made it this far already, and this is our first year doing this show. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching today's show. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to check out the main APN show, which airs every Friday at 1 p.m, where we discuss about non-esports related news, the local, national, and international current events. As always, this has been Kevin along with the crew, and now stay safe, stay strong, and keep on vibing. Yes, sir. My name is also not just Speech God now. I think I'm the strongest, most OP, and most balanced, actually, most broken character in Mortal Kombat. Not Mortal Kombat. Ghetto Combat 1. I should make that a game. Really. Room temperature, aka room temp. You know what? I'm making a song about Valorant. Now I should really make a game. Like rip off Mortal Kombat game, Ghetto Combat, like a Tekken game, right? Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and now I gotta go AFK.